A major Hollywood legal battle, one that has captivated the industry and the public alike, has come to a dramatic close, bringing an end to months of intense speculation and uncertainty. The courtroom drama, filled with accusations and counter-accusations, has finally reached its conclusion. On June 9, 2025, a date that will now be etched in Hollywood history, a judge officially dismissed Justin Baldoni's staggering $400 million lawsuit, a lawsuit that sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. The lawsuit was filed against BlakeLively, a prominent figure in the industry, and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, another A-list celebrity known for his wit and acting prowess. Baldoni's accusation was severe, alleging that the power couple had actively tried to destroy his career, a claim that carried significant weight and potential ramifications. However, after careful consideration and examination of the evidence, the court ultimately found no legal merit in his claims, effectively dismissing the case and siding with Lively and Reynolds. The ruling brings an end to months of intense public conflict and widespread speculation, a period marked by heightened media attention and fervent discussions within the industry. This outcome is undoubtedly bringing a sense of relief to Lively and Reynolds, who have had to navigate the pressures of this high-profile legal battle while maintaining their careers and public image. For Baldoni, however, this dismissal represents a significant setback in his efforts to address the issues he raised, effectively closing off this particular legal avenue he pursued in an attempt to clear his name and address his grievances. The case had gripped Hollywood from the moment it was filed, becoming a major talking point and source of concern, with reputations and potentially entire careers hanging precariously in the balance, underscoring the high stakes involved for all parties. The judge's decisive decision is widely seen as a vindication for Lively, who has maintained her innocence throughout the proceedings, who undoubtedly faced enormous personal and professional pressure as a result of the allegations and the ensuing media frenzy. Legal experts analyzing the case say the dismissal, while specific to the details presented, sends a strong message about the limitations and potential pitfalls of pursuing such high-stakes lawsuits, particularly when the evidence is lacking. The entertainment industry is now left to reflect on the broader implications of this case, on the fallout from this legal battle, and what this outcome ultimately means for future disputes and the handling of sensitive allegations. As the dust begins to settle in the aftermath of this high-profile case, all eyes are now focused on how this particular outcome will ultimately shape Hollywood's approach to issues of power, accountability, and the handling of accusations within its complex ecosystem. While the legal saga may be officially over within the confines of the courtroom, its impact and the lessons learned from it will undoubtedly be felt throughout the entertainment industry for many years to come. To understand the case, let's meet the key players. Justin Baldoni, known for Jane the Virgin and 5 Feet Apart, directed and starred in the film It Ends With Us. BlakeLively, acclaimed for Gossip Girl and A Simple Favor, took on a challenging lead role in the same film. Her husband, Ryan Reynolds, is a Hollywood heavyweight with hits like Deadpool. The film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel was highly anticipated, with Baldoni in a position of authority as both director and co-star. What began as a promising collaboration quickly unraveled, with serious allegations and legal threats overshadowing the project. The breakdown of trust on set turned a career milestone into a cautionary tale. The dispute exposed the fragile dynamics of creative partnerships in Hollywood. Instead of a celebrated release, the film became synonymous with controversy and legal drama. In January 2025, Baldoni filed a $400 million defamation suit against Lively and Reynolds. He claimed they orchestrated a campaign to ruin his reputation and career, alleging their actions cost him future earnings and opportunities. Baldoni's lawsuit painted him as the victim of a coordinated attack, arguing that Lively's allegations were false and weaponized against him. He accused the couple of using their influence to undermine his authority as director. The massive dollar amount signaled the severity of harm he claimed to have suffered. Filing such a high-profile suit was a bold move, thrusting the conflict into the media spotlight. Baldoni's legal strategy aimed to reframe the narrative and put Lively and Reynolds on the defensive. Ultimately, his lawsuit was a high-stakes gamble that failed to convince the court. The legal battle began when BlakeLively filed a civil rights complaint, a move that sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. This wasn't just a simple disagreement, it was a formal accusation, setting the stage for a potentially lengthy and complex legal process. This complaint was officially lodged in December 2024, marking a significant turning point in the unfolding drama. The date itself became a marker, a point of no return in the escalating conflict between Lively and Baldoni. In her complaint, she directly accused Baldoni of sexual harassment, a serious allegation that carries significant weight, especially within the context of Hollywood's ongoing reckoning with workplace misconduct, and retaliation, claiming that she faced negative repercussions after raising concerns about the alleged harassment. This element of retaliation added another layer of complexity to the case, suggesting a pattern of behavior that extended beyond the initial accusations. All of this allegedly occurred during the high-pressure environment of the production of It Ends With Us, a film adaptation that already carried significant expectations and scrutiny. Lively described feeling unsafe on the set, a sentiment that speaks volumes about the alleged conditions she endured. This feeling of unsafety became a central theme in her accusations, and claimed Baldoni created a hostile work environment characterized by tension, discomfort, and a general sense of unease. This hostile environment, she alleged, made it difficult for her to perform her job effectively. After she spoke up, suggesting that her attempts to address the issues were met with resistance and further negativity. Her complaint alleged a pattern of intimidation, creating an atmosphere of fear and anxiety for those involved, and abuse of power on set, highlighting the inherent power imbalances that can exist within the film industry. Faced with what she believed was a lack of adequate response, Lively escalated her complaint into a formal lawsuit, taking the matter to the courts for resolution. This move signaled her determination to pursue justice, demonstrating her unwavering commitment to holding Baldoni accountable for his alleged actions. Her legal action put the dispute squarely in the public eye, attracting intense media scrutiny and sparking widespread debate, and set the stage for Baldoni's countersuit, transforming the situation into a complex and multifaceted legal battle. Lively's decision to come forward was undeniably risky, requiring immense courage and a willingness to face potential backlash, with potential consequences for her career and personal life, given the power dynamics and potential for professional repercussions within Hollywood. By taking legal action, she demanded her claims be taken seriously, refusing to allow them to be dismissed or ignored. Her stand initiated the chain of events, setting in motion a series of legal maneuvers and public statements that would further escalate the conflict. That ultimately led to the courtroom showdown, a highly anticipated and closely watched legal confrontation. The case became a flashpoint for discussions, igniting passionate debates and raising critical questions about power, consent, and accountability, about workplace safety and accountability in Hollywood, forcing the industry to confront its own shortcomings and consider meaningful reforms. Lively's courage in speaking out, despite the potential risks, inspired others to come forward with their own stories and experiences, shaped the entire trajectory of the conflict, transforming it from a private dispute into a public reckoning with issues of power and abuse. From the outset, Baldoni vehemently denied Lively's allegations. His representatives issued immediate statements rejecting the claims as false and baseless. Baldoni insisted his conduct on set was always professional, and he never crossed any lines. He portrayed himself as the target of a smear campaign, arguing that the accusations were a deliberate mischaracterization. His unwavering denial became the foundation of his legal and public defense. Baldoni maintained his innocence throughout, even as media scrutiny intensified. He argued that simply denying the claims wasn't enough. He needed to take legal action to restore his reputation. This led to his $400 million lawsuit, which he hoped would clear his name. The court's dismissal, however, left his claims unproven and his reputation in question. Baldoni's aggressive response ultimately failed to sway the legal system. The turning point came when the judge dismissed Baldoni's lawsuit in full. The court found his claims lacked legal foundation, delivering a decisive win for Lively and Reynolds. Lively's lawyers called the ruling a total victory and a complete vindication. They argued Baldoni's lawsuit was a tactic to intimidate and silence Lively, a strategy the court rejected. The judge's decision reinforced the high bar for defamation cases involving public figures. Baldoni's legal team failed to show that Lively and Reynolds acted with actual malice or made false statements. The dismissal was a powerful statement against using lawsuits to retaliate against accusers. For Lively, it was not just a legal win, but a public affirmation of her right to speak out. The case's outcome set a precedent for future Hollywood disputes. Throughout the legal battle, Lively received strong support from women's advocacy groups. 14 organizations filed an amicus brief backing her, emphasizing the broader stakes of the case. They argued that allowing Baldoni's lawsuit to proceed would discourage others from reporting harassment. The brief warned of a chilling effect on survivors who might fear financial ruin for speaking out. This collective support reframed the case as a fight for workplace safety and gender equality. The involvement of these groups added moral weight to Lively's defense and shaped public perception. Their solidarity highlighted the ongoing challenges faced by those who confront powerful figures. Lively's case became a rallying point for advocates demanding accountability in Hollywood. This case became a major test for the #MeToo movement. It spotlighted the risks of defamation lawsuits being used to silence accusers. The dismissal of Baldoni's suit is seen as a victory for #MeToo, reinforcing protections for those who speak out. The court's decision affirmed the high standard for defamation claims, especially for public figures. Advocates say the outcome sends a message legal intimidation won't easily silence allegations of misconduct. The case highlighted the evolving legal and cultural landscape in Hollywood. Lively's victory is likely to influence how future cases are handled. The conversation about power, accountability, and the right to speak up continues to evolve. The end of this lawsuit marks a significant turning point, not just for those directly involved, but for the entire entertainment industry. It could fundamentally reshape Hollywood's approach to workplace disputes, forcing a reevaluation of existing protocols and power dynamics. This case serves as a stark reminder that the old ways of handling conflicts are no longer acceptable. Studios and filmmakers may now be compelled to rethink their strategies, specifically how they handle complaints of harassment, discrimination, and other forms of misconduct. This includes establishing clear channels for reporting and investigation. More importantly, they must prioritize efforts to protect those who come forward with allegations, ensuring their safety and well-being. The case exposed the inherent risks of power imbalances that often exist between directors and actors, highlighting the vulnerability of those in subordinate positions. This is especially critical when creative partnerships break down, leading to potential conflicts and abuses of authority. The industry needs to foster a culture of respect and equality. Moving forward, future contracts and workplace policies may need to include stronger safeguards for reporting misconduct, offering clear pathways for resolution and accountability. The decisive dismissal of Baldoni's suit may serve as a deterrent, discouraging others from resorting to aggressive legal tactics aimed at silencing accusers and suppressing legitimate concerns. This sends a clear message that such behavior will not be tolerated. Legal teams across the industry will undoubtedly study this case as a cautionary tale, recognizing the potential dangers and repercussions of pursuing retaliatory lawsuits. Ultimately, the industry is being pushed toward a new era of greater accountability and transparency in its practices, demanding a commitment to ethical conduct at all levels. While the legal fight between Baldoni and Lively is now over, its profound lessons will continue to shape the landscape of Hollywood for many years to come, influencing policies, practices, and the overall culture of the industry. The Baldoni-Lively case stands as a landmark moment, representing a significant step forward for justice and workplace safety within the entertainment sector. Hollywood's future trajectory will be significantly defined by how it proactively responds to this new era of heightened scrutiny and the imperative for meaningful change.